A new poll shows parents in this province are worried about congestion in school zones. This is kids getting ready to head back to class in just a few days.
Yeah, the CAA survey found 8 in 10 Ontario parents reported traffic buildup during both drop-off and pickup times. 83% also reported seeing unsafe driving behaviors in their child's school zone, which is a 3% increase from last year. 63% say they consider their child's school zone very unsafe. The CAA says a majority of parents are in favor of increasing safety precautions in school zones, and that includes reduced speed limits.
So let's talk more about this morning. We're joined live by CAA South-Central Ontario Manager and for Government Relations, Lauren Fisher. Lauren, good morning. This poll here, interesting to see the numbers tick up in terms of parental concern around those school zones. What does that, result tell you about the concerns parents have?
Yeah, so this is a report that we actually do every year to really understand the different behaviors in the school zones. What are parents seeing and how are they feeling in terms of that overall safety perception? And what we're seeing is that congestion is on the rise. More and more parents are choosing to drive their kids to school. And so we're asking everyone, we've been out of routine. Let's all do our best and plan ahead so we don't make any poor decisions while we're on the road.
How did the results differ depending on where you were talking to parents? Nick and I were talking about our experiences being a little different. His kid's in more of a suburban area. I'm in the city of Toronto, and I find it very, very chaotic. Did you see that in your results?
Yeah, I think what we have seen is that there are some areas that don't have those proper designated areas to drop off your children, right? So if you're in those school zones and you don't have the designated areas, what we would suggest is really to park a block away from the school and walk or cycle with your kids the rest of the way, and just make sure that you're doing this safely because we are seeing that congestion. So let's try and clear up that area.
And so, Lauren, with these results, I think about CAA, I think about the Worst Roads campaign that comes out annually where you people vote and they decide, okay, these are the worst roads in the province, and then you share that information, with municipal and provincial governments, et cetera. Is this a similar idea here that you're going to be sharing these results with the different municipalities, school boards, et cetera, so they can see the kind of concerns parents have?
Absolutely. We share this with the municipalities and we welcome anybody who would like to meet with us. We're very fortunate to have the survey data, so happy to share when we can.
When we look at congestion, I think in Toronto, at least, we know development and construction are huge factors. Is that something you also heard from parents in terms of concern with all of the development near a school zone?
Well, from our report, what we saw in terms of the different behaviors was really speeding, double parking, and stopping in undesignated areas. There's also a rise in distracted driving. So those were the main behaviors that parents are seeing as of right now.
Lauren, is there somewhere getting it right, whether it's in Ontario or elsewhere, where they have a sort of system in place for safe, protected, secure feeling and actually safe drop-off zones?
From our report, that wasn't stated. You did touch on it earlier. 63% of parents feel that their child's school zones are not safe. So that's an issue. But in this report, it's not specific to an actual location. It actually is asking parents from all around Ontario.
I just wondered if perhaps globally, even if there's anywhere that you'd looked at that was like, okay, they're doing it well in, I don't know, Amsterdam, just out of, like places where, you're used to be, if you've looked to compare anything like that. That's really what my question was.
Yeah, no, not with this report specifically.
Okay. Lauren Fisher is with CAA South-Central Ontario. We appreciate your time and your information in this report. It's certainly interesting to us as parents and many people watching right now.
You want safety first.
Thank you so much for having me.